Hey guys, this is Samuel to Geek. Today I'm going to give my first thoughts and just basic overview of the Call of Duty 5 beta. I'm going to call it Call of Duty 5. I don't care what anyone says. I know it's Call of Duty World at War, but I am not on Activision's cock, so I'm not going to call it that. And also, it will always remain Call of Duty 5 in my heart. I am not going to call it Call of Duty 4. I mean, not Call of Duty 4. I mean, Call of Duty World at War. I don't see people calling Call of Duty 4 Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. So, shut up. Anyway, back to the story. Call of Duty 5 beta, so far, it's just like Call of Duty 4. If you like Call of Duty 4, you'll like Call of Duty 5. Call of Duty 5 has all the same similar elements, just a few twists here and there. One of the new elements is that you can get in tanks. That's the only vehicle I saw. I know it's vehicles, so there's probably other vehicles you can get into, but for the beta, all you have is tanks. So, tanks, in my opinion, are far too overpowered. I mean, seriously, you have to throw like 2 grenades at them to kill them. That's all fine and dandy, but you should be able to kill the person inside with the regular gun because, with stopping power and whatchamacallit, deep impact, you should be able to get through the tank. So I don't know why it's not that easy to kill the tank. Otherwise, there's a lot of the same perks are back, like Juggernaut, stopping power, etc. Some of the new add-ons to the weapons include stuff like, a bayonet, and then you have the aperture here, which I'm using on the MP40, which is one of the best guns in the game that I've used so far. It is the best in my opinion, but some say that they like the Thompson better, but I'm sorry, but the MP40 is just God. They also added dogs. Dogs are the replacement for the helicopter, since helicopters with automatic Gatling guns weren't really available at the time of World War II. So, dogs, some say they're overpowered, but I honestly don't find them overpowered. They are kind of hard to kill, and they can sneak up on you real easy, but you can kill them in like 2 shots with your gun. And if worst comes to worst, you can just knife them and kill them. I mean, it takes 2 bites from them to kill you. So, if you miss the first time, you should be able to kill them the second time. But if they come out behind your back, I can see how the problem is. But I don't find them as much of a problem as the people do on CallOfDuty.com. I don't know why they have such a problem with that. Other than that, the biggest problem with the game is the freaking lag. Alright, I honestly don't understand why this lags so much. Because, honestly, I play this game and it lags and it lags. And when it. And I just. That's one of the only ways I die because a bunch of noobs got the beta codes, apparently. Oh my god. One match I went 29-3. But, anyway, yeah, you see, it's just. It lags a lot, seriously. And it's not my internet connection or anything. So I went back onto Call of Duty 4 and no problem whatsoever. I went on to Castle Crashers, one of the laggiest games on Xbox, and no problem whatsoever. Like, I have no idea why it's laggy. I think it's because we're playing a separate server off the main Xbox Live server, but who knows. The beta is pretty good so far. It was about 889 megabyte download. Thanks, Mike Gamer, for the key once again. You can only go up to the 11th, rank in the beta, and it works exactly the same way as Call of Duty. You shoot someone, you get points. So, everything's the run-of-the-mill same as Call of Duty 4. There's a couple new grenades that I like you have the flare now, which works so much better than the flash grenade in Call of Duty 4. Because this, watch, as you can see here, I'm heading into a flare right now. It makes the whole screen red, and you can't see worth the crap. And even the people in the tank are affected. So one thing we do to kill people that are in the tank is that we throw the flare right into the tank's face, and once they get blinded temporarily, you throw 2 grenades. So there's extra strategy towards it. The rifles work pretty well, but I expect them to work a lot better since this is World War II, and rifles were a very, very big weapon in World War II. but they don't stand up against any submachine guns. So if you're playing the game, I recommend using a submachine gun because the rifle just doesn't stand up to it. As for the main, as for the machine guns, they're good. And also the blood and gore in this game, yeah. Basically, if you get blown up by a grenade, your whole body like rips open and blood goes everywhere. Now I see why this game was rated M. This is a lot edgier than the old Call of Duty, especially since your masters always yell at you. Now you don't have the electronic walkie-talkie voices anymore. You have like Hitler yelling at you if you are a German, you can be Japanese. And by the way, they have the most stereotypical Japanese character models I have ever seen. I mean, seriously, like one has a Japanese flag tied around his forehead, and he goes and runs around with a Japanese flag on his head. Then you fight in Japan, and it's basically like the most stereotypical Japan you've ever seen with the pillars and the dragon statues and the rice boxes. Yeah, and if you're a submachine gunner of a Japanese character model, you have almost like a samurai kind of helmet on. It's funnier than hell, I thought. As for the other character models, they're basically the same old run-of-the-mill World War II outfits you've ever seen. And yeah, you basically have whatever voice from whatever country yelling at you the entire time. It's pretty cool. I like the Japanese guy who's like when he says for free for all, shoot anything that moves or die. So other than that, it's pretty good. I mean, it's not the best, and so far because of the lag issues, it's not as good as Call of Duty 4, but it's still a great game. I'm probably going to pick it up on the Wii since a lot of my friends, it seems, are getting it on the Wii. And but my brother's getting it for the 360, so I'll have the best of both worlds. The game is fun, action-packed, and it's basically Call of Duty 4 with a World War II skin. So, from the beta, that's all I've been able to tell. But remember, it's a beta. These are the early versions of this map, number one. And number two, it's really still in development. So, yeah. One huge problem I have with it is that these maps are so easy to camp. You could just sit in a spot all day, and they're so small that you can just shoot people like nothing. Just go over there, shoot, 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 shoot. So camping seems to be really more common in this game. Sniping is a bit harder because here's the thing: there's no sniper rifle. All right, you have to use a rifle and attach a sniper scope to it. Scopes are now attachments. And that's how that works. So you don't have a real sniper rifle, you just have a rifle, a bolt-action rifle, and you put a sniper scope on top of it. So there's my review of the Call of Duty beta. Oh yeah, and I got second place in this map. Woot. Alright, sign out.